But what about the office? Don't I need an office? I'm a new agent. Won't I want to go and hang out and talk to other people? Maybe I can just absorb real estate by hanging out at the office. Maybe I can. So, how important is the office space? I'll admit, I resisted joining EXP for many years. And the reason I resisted is I assumed that I needed the old fashioned brick and mortar location, like I always had. But in 2020, something happened, COVID. And I realized in the second half of 2020, I was doing better than 2018 or 2019, and I never went to the office. So I started to think, well, what did I do at the office? How important was it? And you might go there for training, right? But then you have to go there for the training. They might have meetings, they're called sales meetings and team meetings and things like that. Yeah. We might go there just to hang out, have coffee, talk to the other agents. But the business is outside of the office. I realized when I thought about it, I almost never met a client at the office. Let me ask you this. Have you ever bought a house? Right? Ever sold a house? Let's start with if you've ever bought a house. If the answer is yes, first of all, if the answer is no, we've got to fix that, right? Get your license, let's get going. But if the answer is yes, let me ask you the question, how often did you go to the realtor's office? Right? How often? Most of the time when I ask people this question, they shake their heads and say, well, we never went to the office. Even before COVID, I rarely was meeting buyers in the office. We meet at a coffee shop before we went and looked at homes. If they had lots of loan questions, we'd meet at the loan agent's office, but that was even very rare. Sellers, you always meet them at the house, right? I don't think I've ever met a seller at the office. So the business is not there. And by the way, after COVID, most of the agents didn't come back. If you go to a Keller Williams, a Coldwell Banker, Berkshire Hathaway, a lot of them are empty. And the reason they're empty is because people got used to working from home and they liked it and they never really came back. When you're there, so I mentioned buyers, we would meet at a coffee shop or at a loan agent's office, sellers at the property, and EXP has an arrangement with Regis, which is a business suite. You can rent workstations, meeting rooms, classrooms. It's an office system, and Regis, you get free access to Regis Business Suite, which there's a lot of them, right? But that's where we would meet clients.